What's poppin' YouTube, and welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse, the Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. And in this video right here is if you have a Mars in Gemini. And I'll pause for the cause. If you don't know what your Mars sign is, if you don't know much about astrology or numerology, if you don't understand how important it is to know about astrology or numerology, don't worry, I got you. There are a couple of videos. I put the link in the description. You're gonna have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about in this video. So if you looked at your birth chart or your natal chart, it's the same thing, and you realize you will have a Mars in Gemini, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's just get it popping, shall we? And before I start, you already know, I'm gonna give y'all a list of some celebrities so y'all can visually see what Gemini Mars people look like and act like in reality. So to start, we got Mike Tyson, Lil Uzi Vert, Demi Lovato, Naomi Campbell, Dwayne Johnson, Spike Lee, Kevin Hart, Aretha Franklin, your boy Meek Mill, Teyana Taylor, Vivica Fox, Bill Burr, and Jill Scott. Alright, so boom. Mars in Gemini. First of all, Mars is the planet of, fire, passion, drive, aggression. It talks about your sexual passion. It talks about what you like to do when it comes to making action. It also tells you how you act when you get angry, because anger is like the emotion of your passion and your drive. It's like that fire that builds up and it comes out. So it tells you basically like your action. Mars equals action. Now my last series, I had the Venus series. Venus is what you're attracted to. Mars is what you do, or how you go about getting what you're attracted to. So for the men, the Mars placement will tell you how you act like when you're in love, your love language. For women, the Mars placement will tell you what you're looking for in a partner, what you're attracted to in somebody. And for men, the Venus placement will tell you what you're looking for, what you're attracted to in somebody. And for women, the Venus placement will tell you your love language, how you act like when you're in love. Remember, Mars, Venus is what you're attracted to, your values, what you hold valuable, what you like. Mars is how you go about doing it, the action, like what you do to go about getting it. So Mars and Gemini people, boom. Now you already know Geminis. Everybody knows Geminis like to talk a lot, very communicative. They have a dual personality. They're ruled by the twins. Very hard to stay still, very hard for them to like be focused on one thing and all that. So when you have that energy of Gemini into the category of your Mars, which is your action, y'all are the type, definitely 100% definitely multitask all the time, 24/7. Like I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video on a computer, you probably got like 10 tabs open up already. You're probably like on your phone texting somebody while listening to me talking. You're probably doing something else while watching this and listening to this. Like y'all don't like to just sit in one spot and pay 100% attention to one thing. Even like if you're talking on the phone to somebody, you're probably like doing something with your hand, or like if you're FaceTiming, you put that person on pause so you can like go on Instagram or do something else. Like y'all always doing something, like multitasking to the max. Remember, Mars is your action planet. So Gemini in there, you're always going to be doing something. Your mind always needs to be stimulated somehow, some way. If you need some more information on the Gemini energy, I definitely have a couple of Gemini videos, and people are receptive to that. They really say it's really true to them. So you want more information, go check them out. But all in all, multitasking is a really big thing for y'all. That's really like, understand that Geminis need constant stimulation in their mind, intellectually. So when you're standing still, it's like your mind could be working, but they need to be doing something else with their either hand, because Gemini is ruled by, remember, duality of our torso. So like the shoulders, the arms, the hand, and the fingers. So like the hands, ruled by the hands. So they're always going to need to be doing something while they're talking, something while they're learning, something with their hands. When they talk, they use their hands a lot, especially. Gemini women are going to be attracted to, because remember, Mars is what you're attracted to, going to be attracted to somebody that embodies that Gemini quality, that's very friendly. Gemini Mars people are extremely friendly, especially to strangers. They just love sparking conversations with random people. They love interacting with people. They're very curious, so they like to know about everything. So the best way to know about things is to go up to people and talk to them and interact. So they're very friendly. So Gemini Mars women love men that are, very friendly, very intellectual. You have to be intellectual. You have to be smart. You have to know how to use your brain. You have to have common sense. Like, there's nothing, and I know a lot of Gemini Mars people, that's why I'm laughing, because like it's so funny, because like nothing gets y'all more annoyed than somebody that does not have common sense. Like, your mind is so your mind just picks up so much knowledge, because your mind just loves to grasp everything about loves to grasp different type of knowledge from different sources. You like to learn about a lot of different things, so your mind is always grasping knowledge. So you have a lot of things retained in your memory. Like, your memory is really good. Like, y'all, the type could be like to not study, but you could like read something, read over it, and like you will memorize like the key words, the key phrases. Like, you will memorize all that. You're really good at memorizing things like that. Your mind is always picking up information. So when you're dealing with people that don't have that kind of capacity to like retain information, or if they're not like really mentally like smart, don't have common sense, or most importantly, if they don't know how to communicate how they feel, you're the type to really get annoyed with people that are really passive aggressive. Like, people that don't, like, you know something is wrong and you're looking at them and then that person is not expressing themselves. That gets y'all really frustrated, because it's like, look, you have words, use them. Like, you want people like to speak and use their brain and use their intellectual powers to communicate. You want people to communicate just as good as y'all communicate. So understand that. But there's nothing that gets y'all more annoyed than people that don't use your common sense. And now remember, Mars is about the anger. So when y'all get mad, right? And this is also something that I have to learn dealing with y'all a lot. When y'all get mad, y'all be talking people's ears off to the max. Like, y'all, like when y'all get mad, it's not like Aries that get mad. They like don't want to like just let it out, let that aggression out, and then they chill and it's over. Or Taurus, when they get mad, like it builds up and then it's all over the place and it's like really intense. For y'all, when y'all get mad, it's more like a debate. Y'all are really good at, y'all love to debate. Y'all are really good at debating, because you like to use your words, communication, like to have like, you like to use your words as weapons, use your words as swords. You have like mental battles, right? So when you get mad, you love to express your anger through words. And the more angry you are, the more mad you are, the sharper your words are. Your words are sharp as hell. Like, y'all could say things that cut so deep, it's like crazy. Because like I said, y'all are really intelligent. Remember, because y'all love to intake information all the time. So you're really intelligent. So you're going to take your intelligent mind, go against somebody, and you're going to want to make that person feel small as hell through your words. You want to make that person lose their battle through your words, how smart you are, how you intellectualize your speech, how you say it, and what you say. Y'all say like really big ass words for no reason when you're mad, because you just want to like show people and tell them like, look, I'm smarter than you. I'm gonna win this debate. Like, I'm smarter than you. Like, you're not as smart as me. So definitely work on that superiority complex, because you are smart as hell, because you're really good at retaining information. You are the jack of all trades, but like a master of none, because y'all don't like to put 100% focus on one thing. So you do have a lot of information about a lot of different topics, very various different topics. So when you're arguing with somebody, when you're mad at somebody, you bring all this information that you have lingering in your head, and you just all bring it out through the words and like through what you say. So your words cut deep as hell. Understand that. So if you're trying to debate with a Mars and Gemini person, make sure you do your homework on the topic, whatever's going on. Make sure you're mentally ready to like really battle with words, because they are really masters at communications. Like, they're masters at using their words and intellectualizing things and being like, just being really cutthroat what they say. But one advice for y'all, one piece of advice for y'all that's like arguing with a Mars and Gemini person is don't add fuel to the fire. When I say this, like, they're gonna talk anyway. They're gonna talk a lot anyway. When they're mad, the more mad they are, the more they want to express their viewpoint. So they're gonna be talking a lot. Like, when they're talking a lot, they're not really listening to your side, because they want to get their side out before they listen to your side. The thing is that they talk so much, it's like they don't give you opportunities to get your side out, but they just keep talking. So when you're like interrupting them, or you're throwing something back at them, they're gonna take what you said in their head, compute it, and then come back out with something even like better. So it's like you're gonna keep adding fuel to their flames, kind of thing. So you're gonna keep adding like the swords, like the mental swords to their thing. So just let them talk, let them do their thing. If it's that serious, like really, like, get it over with. But if it's not that serious, yo, let them talk and like it will be over. They don't really hold grudges like that. They like to keep moving. They're not really focused on one thing, like I said. So when they get mad, it's like, all right, so I said what I said and it's over. If they're talking a lot, let them talk, because they'll talk and then they'll be like, whoa, they will realize that they're talking too much and they'll stop. A lot of them will realize it, a lot of them don't. But anyway, that's when it comes to anger. So also Mars represents your sexual drive, your sexual passions, what you like when it comes to a bedroom, what you like in a partner when it comes to that. And now Mars and Gemini people, when it comes to sex, right? You know, Gemini is all about communications. They actually are more aroused by the idea of sex. They're more aroused about what you say you're going to do to them compared to when you're actually having sex, kind of thing. They're not really physically in tune when it comes to sex. They're more mentally in tune, intellectually in tune when it comes to sex. So what does this mean? They could definitely separate sex from love. They're very curious people, and y'all do have a rep of like, you know, having a lot of different partners and like, you know, never being stagnant with one partner, not having commitment issues or whatever. They just like to experience life. They like to experience their curiosity. So they really like to think about what's going to happen before it happens, kind of thing. Like to think about and really like intellectualize it, what's going to happen. So before you can even get them in the bedroom, what you have to do, you have to spark their interest, pique their interest in their mind first. So that's what you say, how you express yourself. Like you have to have a type of way with your words. You have to have some game when you want to get with a Gemini Mars person. So they need that like intellectual stimulation first. Like it's most important thing is you have to get in their mind first. They're not really into that boo loving thing like water sign Mars. Like they're really into like the connection of the emotions and all that. For them, it's like they really want the experience of it, but to spark and to arouse them, to pique their interest. You want to get into their head first by, you know, showing them that you're intellectual, showing them that you're an interesting person. But what you say is what's most important to them. So a little tip for y'all when it comes to that: when you're in the act of getting busy doing what y'all do, I mean, like talk dirty to them. Like they want to hear, like when you're doing it, speak into their ear and talk like dirty. Like those words coming out your mouth while y'all doing it, it really piques their arousal. Like the physical act alone will not do it. You have to add on the communication. You have to talk because they love to talk. You have to add on the communication, add in the dirty talk. They want to hear what you're going to do to them. So while you're doing to them and you're speaking to them, it piques their arousal and makes them like, that's like the heightened, that's like when they will get the most pleasure out of it, basically. So understand that words are very important to them. The intellect is very important to them. So dirty talk is a must. You have to do that. Like if you don't want to do it, it's up to you, but they're not going to be as like interested in you if they don't like hear how you express yourself, if they don't like really see that you can like use your words besides just the physical. But Gemini is ruled by the hands, like I said, so they're really they're really good with their hands. I'm not gonna say they're touchy-feely like water signs and all that, but they're really good with their hands. So they give good massages. So a place you want to like really put a lot of focus on is their hands and all that. Also, they're really good with their mouth, and you can use your imagination if you know what I mean, but really good with their mouth. So you want to give that to them, give them oral pleasure, and they'll give it to you back. But they're really good with their mouth, really good with their hands. That's like a little tip for y'all. But like I said, dirty talk, that would like take them out of the world. Like make sure you're talking a lot during sex. Like to them, it's just about being bored is like the most. They just hate being bored. Boring sex is when everybody's quiet and there's no like stimulation, especially mentally, but it's only physical. To keep them from being bored, stimulate their mind. I'm gonna get off that topic, but yeah, stimulate their mind. Dirty talk is a fucking must. So let me see what else I got, bro. One thing I noticed too, because like Gemini Mars, when it comes to your action, y'all are always driving somewhere, always doing something. When you call them, they're always in their car going somewhere else. They're always doing something. Y'all are always on the move. Like I said, you're a jack of all trades, so you're always like constantly putting your hands in different baskets and all that. And some advice for y'all is to really try to focus on one thing a little more so you can be a master at it before you move on to the next, but that's probably not going to happen anyway. But understand you have a talent to really grasp a lot of information constantly and really good at multitasking too. When it comes to partners, right? Like I said, that rep y'all have when it comes to like you need to have different partners, or you have a commitment phobia or whatever. It's just that they like to have variety in their life. Like their life, like I said, their mind needs to be constantly stimulated. So they need variety a lot. They need that variety in their life. So if you want to be that one person for them, you have to understand how much of an interesting person you have to be, because they need variety. They have twins. They need constant stimulation, so they need that. That's a must. If you can provide that by not being boring, by being interesting, by being intellectually smart, by knowing how to use your words, knowing how to talk, by really like arousing their interest, arousing their curiosity, meaning being mysterious. Once a Mars and Gemini person doesn't ask questions about you, like once they already know about you like a lot, and they do this subconsciously too. Like they'll get in a relationship with somebody in the beginning, they don't know nothing about the person, and like that's like the most exciting part, because they're like really curious about that person. It's like everything is good, and then after time, when they start to like really figure out that person to the T, and that person's very mundane, and that person does the same thing all the time, that person's very boring, you know what to expect. That's when they get bored, and then that's when, like, because they're very friendly, they're very like people oriented, that's when somebody else will pique their interest, because they're not with that person, and like it's like I'm curious about what that person has to offer kind of thing. So that's where that rep comes from, when y'all like always have to be like always have to deal with different people kind of thing. But to stop that from happening, you just have to be interesting. You have to be mysterious. You have to always pique their interest, pique their curiosity. And that's a hard shoe to fill. That's why a lot of people are not built to be with Gemini people. That's why a lot of people hate on Geminis, because they're not built like that. Like, you're just not an interesting person. You're just not a very like dynamically different person to keep a Gemini's interest. So it's not the Gemini's fault. Stop calling them hoes. Stop saying that they're crazy, or like they're not commitment. They're not commitment. Like they're not really good at commitments. Stop saying that. Instead, look at yourself saying, all right, so am I an interesting person? Am I somebody that's not boring? Like, am I somebody that a Gemini person would actually like really learn from, or like really like to interact with? So put that energy into making sure that you are able to mentally stimulate their mind constantly. That you have to be able to provide that stimulation for them. They need that. It's a must. Keep that in mind. So yeah, like y'all do definitely have the rep of like bouncing from relationship to relationship, or just not being able to like have one partner. And that also depends on the other signs in your chart. Like if you have like a lot of water energy in your chart, then that'll be different. Then you're definitely going to be like more prone to having that one-on-one relationship, really good at merging energies. But if you're like a fire and air sign, you're going to be all about that freedom and all that. That's where like your curiosity is going to want to take you here, take you there. You don't really like I say, you don't really put love and sex together. So like you do have a rep of like liking to try different people. You don't really like put a lot of depth into sex like that. So when it comes to that, you can't really, it's like you're just really curious. You just want to know like how it is, like what's it gonna feel like kind of thing. But it all starts in the mind. Like it peaks, your interest peaks when it's in the mind. So you want to spark the interest. You want to tell them what you're gonna do to them. You want to keep everything mental, keep it light. And then that's what will keep them coming back, because they're curious. They're gonna always be thinking about it. Their mind never stops. So if you could be the person that could be inside their mind, that they're curious about, questioning about, that's like a perfect spot for you to be in a Gemini Mars's mind kind of thing. You want to keep their interest sparked, keep their curiosity sparked, and that's what will keep them interested in you. But all in all, Mars and Gemini people, definitely a jack of all trades, so that's definitely a plus for y'all. Y'all definitely love to do a lot of different things. Really good at sales, really good at using your mouth, gift of gab. So you're just really good at putting yourself in positions, being mutable and blending in, and being able to maneuver your way and like to live life the way you want to, basically, from like exploring, from being curious, from grasping information, extremely intelligent. Only thing you should work on is don't make you being so smart, you being so good at talking. Don't make that as like I'm the shit, I have the superiority complex, I'm smarter than all y'all, so whenever I talk to you, I feel like I should tell you everything I know because I'm smart. Allow people to like also teach you things. Allow people to also speak their mind. Allow people to also like express themselves without you always feeling like you know everything kind of thing. Because people that feel like they know everything will not learn anything. Understand that. So keep yourself in the wanting to receive information instead of trying to like tell people like I know everything and I just know everything. So I want to tell everybody what's going on kind of thing. So like work on that superiority complex. You are smart as hell. Like definitely are smart as fuck. But make sure like you're not using that power for negative. Using that power to learn and keep your mind stimulated. You're not using that power to like let somebody else feel small because you're smart as hell and they're not kind of thing. But you want to deal with Mars and Gemini people. Common sense is a must. Please don't be dumb. Basically, I hate saying that, but just don't be like. Just use your brain. Basically, like if you're not that type of person, just don't deal with these people because, like I said, their words will cut deep. Like they will speak their mind and they'll tell you what's real, and they're gonna keep saying it. It's not gonna stop, and they're gonna say it perfectly because they really are good at speaking. They're gonna say it intellectually. They're gonna say the truth. Like they're gonna really like they're gonna really get you with their mouth kind of thing. So understand that they're gonna really get you with their words. All right, so that was my video on Mars and Gemini. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My next video is gonna be a Mars and Cancer. You already know I'm about to go in. If you have subscribed to my channel, appreciate you. Fuck with y'all for real. Got a lot of new subscribers. Appreciate all y'all for real. If you haven't subscribed yet though, go ahead and handle that one time for your boy. Drink your water. Mind your business and be safe out here. It's your boy, Little Finesse Jiggy Hippie. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.